Another plane arrives at RAF Brize Norton in Oxfordshire. One of the 8 flights in 24 hours in which another 1,800 were evacuated. Thousands are desperate to make the same journey, but stacked against them is time. The US will leave Afghanistan in 8 days, and while the Prime Minister is going to urgently raise the prospect of them extending, it underlines that if they go, so must we.
I don't think there is any likelihood on staying on after the United States. If their timetable extends, even by a day or two, then that will give us a day or two more to evacuate people. Because we are really down to hours now, not weeks, and we have to make sure we exploit every minute to get people out.
British and US forces continue to work together at Kabul airport, and currently 19 Foreign Office staff are there to help the military process and evacuate British nationals and Afghans who worked for the British for the last 20 years. Extra time would be immensely valuable, but President Biden is already suggesting it's unlikely.
There's discussions going on among us and the military about extending. Our hope is we will not have to extend. But there are going to be discussions, I suspect, on how far along we are in the process.
There are few gains for the Taliban left to make. This footage, filmed by one of their fighters and put on social media, appears to show their heavily armed convoy on the border of the last province they are yet to take. I spoke to Habibi, a former interpreter for the UK Armed Forces. He is now stuck with his family in Kabul and desperate.
I have a kindly request from Mr. Boris Johnson, Home Office, Ministry of Defence, and ADI and other UK authority. Please help us. Please help with my family, with my kids. If you are leave us behind, we will kill by Taliban. Please help us. Please help us.
This aircraft took off from Kabul earlier, bound for the Netherlands. But in little more than a week, these crucial flights will cease.
Well, Julian joins me now. Julian, what is the likelihood of this deadline getting extended?
Well, Simon, Boris Johnson's going to host an emergency G7 meeting tomorrow to press the US to extend that timetable. But as you heard President Biden there, it doesn't seem like he will extend it. And Defence Secretary Ben Wallace didn't seem that hopeful at all. Indeed, that hours, not weeks comment was perhaps him admitting that they really won't be able to get out all the people that they wish to get out. It may also be rather academic because a Taliban spokesman has said that they won't extend the deadline and crucially has warned of consequences if there are still US troops there after the 31st. We now know the UK, though, has evacuated 6,600 people since last weekend, but soon the talk will be of what happens to those people who are inevitably left behind there.
Julian, thanks very much.